And the church is that the land belongs to us and we to our people. If you want to help them, come and just do the help. Do everything you want to do for these people here. If you bring everybody to come in there, they will come there, people will come with power, with money, with everything. They will buy out the land from us and they will not have any reverence. You go to New York, there's a beautiful clinic. There's a beautiful school. There are teachers there. There are nurses there. They teach, but if you go to the rates of different kind of diseases, like tuberculosis, drinking and people drinking every day, that's the disease which I see.
Yeah, the older people, they feel bad about the way the younger generation now, they use the substances and the alcohol. Even smaller children, younger children, they drink. And then they misunderstand each other. They fight, kill each other. These things we didn't do. In the old days, we didn't know of such things.
Na ko tshikwe ga tshiko kwa ka tsi skore le tsa kiri e ko tsui horomente mko ka tja patika tsasa ke ko tleriha amngom a go ke ko amtswa samagdum tja ga tjwa nga ga tjwe ga a ka go bane horomente mga horomente ka gore horomente be tshiko go ikotjwa ama nwe ya me ke kwa tshiteo gamtsang abe ndum a go ka tshiko ama dum magaengo wa
an ko tsinga ke tsiko kwa are ke ke da ya dzikwa yim tsuche bkhulu piri dzima ka da ke ra twa gwesha khana ke ke me dzipiri are ko tema em esna ko kiska janu ngi luba ka kana kisko dzikwa khrin ke piri kare
Kweka trom harandizi kuru kweka khatana khosea eka kondi kwa bin kwerandizi yane dikangoze yana oka ngoze eze khoromente swa khwa khore kwerankiza zikawi kabane kiri atse a konglo kwen tous do kamzika ita haskisa kimite kikwenga tsetleko kare aita go sa konge khoromente se sa tsetse a khoromente se go ngai tsuka ite kwa tsha sa ta ga ite kitsekle se go tshwaziwe wa se tsuzi ko kego ziwe ko tshwa tsuzi ko khare se go za corridor wa za a ko khare za onana
It takes its name from the Arabic word for emptiness, Al-Zahara. But the Sahara is really a collection of deserts, and the most remote is the Tenere.
Where use? You get use?
Yes, I get use.
This is the program where they give you the use where they happen all about the country.
Inside where use, we go take you text, Facebook and WhatsApp message. You complain where you will send us letter to the producer. We dey announce about things them working lost and plenty more.
We idea all about the country, but you self PM for being the use that you area.
Where use? The original program where they give you updates.
Where use? You get use?
Yes, I got use.
Hello and welcome. I'm Cecilia Ali Sise with news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown. Your top stories this morning. President Bio is in Nigeria to push for food security through the Feed Salon agenda. Sierra Leone Standards Bureau monitors fuel stations in Freetown to ascertain compliance with measuring seals. And Pavifort Construction Company embarks on self-sponsored road maintenance at Water State. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. President Julius Maada Bio is in Nigeria, taking a major step in boosting food security and agriculture in Sierra Leone. He arrived at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, where top officials welcomed him. Our reporter, Hamosire, is traveling with the president and compiled this report.
President Julius Maada Bio touched down in Abuja, met by Sierra Leone's High Commissioner, Dr. Julius Ndi, and Nigerian Foreign Affairs officials. His visit follows an invitation from the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture in Ibadan. It highlights his push for food security through the Feed Salon initiative. Already, President Julius Maada Bio has met with Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Their talks focused on agriculture, trade and investment, key areas for strengthening ties between the two nations. This visit signals Sierra Leone's commitment to transforming agriculture and expanding partnerships in the sector. For Slbc TV News Hour in Freetown, Hamosire reporting from Ibadan, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
As part of its corporate and social philanthropy efforts, Pavifort Construction Company has embarked on significant maintenance on Water Street located in west of Freetown. The state of the road has been a concern for many residents during the rainy and dry season. Esther Nenekama visited the vicinity and tells us more.
The arrival of the construction machines here on Water Street in the west end of the capital to do maintenance on the road brought joy to residents of the area. The potholes, the oozing of water from the ground, and the water pipes causing mud, the dust, and other inconveniences affect people in the community whenever they use these roads. To change this narrative and make commuters use the road with ease, Pavifort Construction Company for the past days has been doing maintenance on the road, which many people use daily. Director of Operations, Pavifort, Chue Lawson, said the move was part of the company's commitment to community development, which also aligns with the government's vision to improve infrastructure even at communities.
We didn't feel that as a corporate social responsibility, let's try to maintenance the road so that the community at least will enjoy that benefit. Community as a company, we're also making money and we're operating in Sierra Leone and also outside Sierra Leone. So we thought it fit, we can do it in phases. So for now, let's do what we can, and as we go along, we'll roll it out in phases. Private sector, we have to be partners in development. We have to ensure we aid the government in such things, you know. Not only the areas we operate, we also have to see how best we can complement the government by helping them with roads and construction of schools and amenities.
Local authorities and community leaders received the initiative with an open hand and applauded Pavifort's efforts to address the long-standing challenge in the community.
This really benefits even the one that's within the community. They will glad because they also go value now. Because some landlord, if tenants will pay this, it will come put more by rentage.
No, I don't know how they put the gladness for today only. Because this community, I'm not born here, but I am born now. Because I'm married face me can I. Yeah, from where can I? But today I am saying medicine. And I'm glad. I'm glad. I don't know how they put the gladness.
The project, according to engineer Washington Gandhi Capio, is expected to be completed in 3 days, with Pavifort assuring the community of high-quality work and minimal disruption to daily activities. As the maintenance progresses, Pavifort has called on residents and other road users to cooperate with the construction team and adhere to safety measures around the work site. For Slbc News Hour in Freetown, Esther Nenekama reporting.
Now, recently, some people raised concerns on social media accusing fuel stations of tampering with measuring seals. This prompted the Sierra Leone Standards Bureau, accompanied by civil society organizations and journalists, to conduct a monitoring exercise at 4 fuel stations in Freetown. They included NP at Cotton Tree, Connex at Brookfields, Leonco on the main motor road on Congo Cross, and Malado fuel station at Dozak Junction. Christina Kamar went alone and now reports.
The unannounced monitoring exercise aimed to verify whether these fuel stations were adhering to the regulations set forth by the Bureau. By using a standardized 10-liter measuring can, officials assessed the accuracy of fuel dispensed at each station. According to them, the results were positive. All 4 stations were found to have intact measuring seals, indicating compliance with the Bureau's standards.
For now, we have done 4 stations and we are fine with that. Together with you guys, you have seen 8. Our seals are intact and the numbers, our figures are intact. We have verified it. The number of, we pump 10 liters each and they are all perfectly correct. So you have a fine, and if you get there, our seals are not there, it's a crime. You have to, we'll fine you, you pay. And then if your pumping system is not correct, it's a fine. We surely fine them. Within the neighborhood of 20,000.
He emphasized the importance of such exercise, which they embark on regular to all 311 registered fuel stations across the country. National Coordinator, Sierra Leone Civil Rights Coalition, Alfonso Manley, supported the Bureau's findings, calling the allegations circulating on social media baseless and unfounded.
First of all, it is facts that there are 311 fuel stations nationwide, not 545 stations as somebody claims. That's false, that's baseless, and that's figments of imagination. In the western area, we have 221 fuel stations. In the north and northwest region, we have 106. In the eastern region, we have 49. In the southern region is 35, totaling 311.
The Standards Bureau reassured the public of its commitment to continue effective monitoring of fuel stations nationwide, aiming to maintain transparency and uphold consumer rights in the fuel sector. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christiana Kamari reporting.
Chairman of the Energy Governance Coordinating Group, Honorable Kande Kolayumkala, has called for community ownership of the 108 megawatt combined power gas plant in Kisidokiad in Freetown. The facility is an independent power producer operated by Nat Power Generation project under the management of Sierra Leone Generation Limited. Dennis Fraser has more.
It underscores the salience of this project.
The community stakeholder engagement was to educate locals of the Kisidokiad community on the importance of the NANT project and its social and economic benefits. The $420 million United States project by the Sika SL Generation Limited, with support from the International Development Finance Corporation, is part of efforts by the government to improve on the country's energy infrastructure in order to meet the growing demand of energy consumption. According to the manager, Sika Sierra Leone Generation Limited, Abu Kamara, the NANT Power Generation project, which has been in existence since 2012, is a build, own, operate and transfer project. Upon completion, it will not only guarantee access to electricity to residents in Freetown, but aims to provide jobs to over 400 Sierra Leoneans and many other economic and social benefits.
Our goal is actually to sort of start commissioning the project by second quarter of 2027. What do we mean by that? We should be able to start testing the engines and giving out power. Part of Dr. Yumkela's request during his speech today is to ensure that we accelerate the construction of the substation in Kisi.
The chairman of the Energy Governance Coordinating Group, Honorable Kande Kolayumkela, noted that the government was aware of the current electricity instability. He therefore called for community ownership of the 108 megawatts combined power gas plant.
Our president wants to connect the mines. We need to add 500 megawatts more just for the mines over the next few years. Yeah, so if you're here, you're confident, you've seen one project, think about others. There's huge potential here. Our IPP policies are amongst the best in the world because they were benchmarked by my predecessors against best international standards. And you will see from the way our people are very welcoming and they're determined to work. If you see more projects, let us know. And so we want to thank you for doing this, and we hope that it will inspire you to do more projects in the country.
After a series of presentations on the operation of the gas energy plant after completion, especially on its positive environmental impact, clean energy, and also to help government to generate revenue, residents, including political representatives, pledged their commitment for the successful implementation of the project. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
Thank you. God bless you all.
The China Media Group, through the Chinese Embassy in Sierra Leone, has donated a consignment of modern broadcast equipment to the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC, to enhance its capacity as the national broadcaster. The official handing over ceremony took place at SLBC's headquarters at New Englandville in Freetown. Jonathan Turner reports.
The donation, which includes a digital audio mixer, portable audio recorder, HD camcorders, LCD TVs, microphones, and other high-tech broadcasting equipment, is expected to improve Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation's ability to deliver high-quality programming significantly. This move aligns with the long-standing cooperation between Sierra Leone and China, particularly in the media sector. Board Chair SLBC Dr. Willage James described the donation as a blessing that would strengthen the institution's capacity. She expressed gratitude to the Chinese government for its continuous support, highlighting that the collaboration between SLBC and the Chinese embassy has yielded tangible benefits, including training programs and capacity building initiatives for SLBC staff in China.
And when we see institutions coming together, or organizations, or individuals coming to make donations to us, it's a blessing to us. And
Chinese ambassador to Sierra Leone reiterated China's dedication to deepening bilateral ties and fostering media development in Sierra Leone. He emphasized that the partnership between China Media Group and SLBC will continue to ensure the broadcaster remains a vital platform for national development and public service broadcasting.
Media and information sector, we have the MOU signed last year, provides good framework for our push for our cooperation in this.
Minister of Information and Civic Education, Chenoba, noted that the donation marks a new phase in strengthening SLBC's human capacity and improving the quality of its outputs. He stressed the need for modern equipment is critical for the broadcaster to maintain high production standards and expand its reach to the public.
The process of significantly uplifting the quality of our productions, the quality of our broadcasting, and giving us the pride that we want in our nation.
SLBC Director General Josephine Kamara welcomed the support, noting that it is an investment in the corporation's future. She highlighted that the impact extends beyond the studios and newsroom, contributing to national development by ensuring the public receives accurate and timely information.
We have infrastructure that needs to be developed. We have studios that need to be facelift, that need extreme facelift, and we look forward to continued partnership and collaboration.
With this latest support from China, SLBC is expected to take a significant step toward modernization, ultimately enhancing its role as Sierra Leone's leading public broadcaster. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
You're still watching news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. In Freetown, we continue with more stories. Now, the Freetown City Council has launched the second round of Bloomberg Freetown Youth Climate Action Fund at a ceremony held in Freetown. Freetown youths aged between 15 and 24 years are invited to submit proposals to implement youth-led environmental conservation and mitigation projects in the city. As Ibrahim Samura reports, the fund was launched by the Mayor, Yvonne Akisoya.
The Bloomberg Youth Climate Action Fund is a global initiative launched by Bloomberg philanthropists in April 2024 to empower young people between the ages 15 to 24 to design and implement climate solutions within their communities. Senior Manager, Youth Engagement and Campaign C40 Cities Climate Leadership Program, Sailu Kanu, told his audience that the first round of the fund launched in May 2024 with 9 successful youth groups in Freetown provided technical assistance and funding, with each participating city receive an initial $50,000 United States dollars to distribute as microgrants for youth-led climate projects. He said the mayor and the management of Freetown City Council reaffirmed its commitment to empowering the next generation of climate leaders by supporting their vision, energy, and creativity.
Cities that allocate these funds within 6 months are eligible for an additional $100,000 to support further initiative over the course of the year, which Freetown is one of the cities.
Chief Administrator of Freetown City Council, Raman Tomfama, said the fund was launched to advance youth-led climate action in the city. The project, he said, was part of Council's strategy to empowering young people and employment opportunities by addressing issues of climate change and environmental challenges in Freetown. Head of Climate FCC Iyata Kalon said the fund provided an opportunity in taking action to address climate change and related issues in the city through innovative solutions and adaptation. She said the impacts of climate change were evident and highlighted a number of successes in the first round of the Blue Bank Fund. Launching the fund, Mayor Yvonne Akisoya said big dreams started small, noting Council was providing that platform to young people to showcase their ideas and call on the youth of Freetown to innovate solutions that improve their lives. Mayor Akisoya encouraged the youth to think of climate mitigation and adaptation measures and challenged them to act now to encounter climate change.
About being able to implement a solution that it will improve the lives of people around you in the face of the climate crisis, either by creating adaptation interventions which are the most relevant to us, but also potentially taking mitigating actions against emissions, because although on a global level the greenhouse gas emissions from our continent represent less than 4% of the greenhouse gases globally, the gases that have caused the climate disaster and continue to do so. Although we are tiny, tiny, tiny in respect of that global situation, at a local level, these emissions have direct negative impacts.
Freetown was among the 100 cities from the 38 countries in the world that qualify for the Blue Bank Freetown Youth Climate Action Fund through the lobbying of Mayor Yvonne Akisoya in last COP28 in Dubai. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
A professional training on electoral governance for the staff of Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone has ended in Freetown. Funded by EU and conducted by DEA and International IDEA, the training has capacitated 20 ECSL staffs in the Western area on ways to engage their stakeholders for positive elections outcomes. Emmanuel Samoa reports.
With the theme, Building Resources in Democracy, Governance and Elections, the training targeted 20 staff of the ECSL in the Western area drawn from all departments in the Commission. With internationally recognized trainers, the interactive participatory training uses foundational models in elections administration and professional excellence for the staff of the Commission. Agnes Tawali, Director of Finance for ECSL and a beneficiary, said one important thing learned is that elections is all about achieving a credible result accepted by all.
So one important thing that we learned is that election involves achieving a final result at the end of the day, and that result is to conduct a credible elections, and that cannot be done, cannot be left alone in the hands of people in the Operations Department.
Whereas the Executive Secretary of ECSL, William Ado Davis, commended the donors for supporting one of their priority objectives for 2025, which is capacity building for the staff.
Of the European Union delegation and also the international IDEA institution, both are partners to the ECSL and they support our priority objectives, one of which for 2025 is to build or to enhance the capacity of the CSL staff.
Program Officer for Election International Idea, Mawusi Yao Dumenu, said they embarked on such a venture because they want ECSL staff to have a professional outlook in terms of dealing with elections administration in the country.
We are looking at a situation where the commission would have will be more professional in its outlook, and so that the end goal is that the commission will be more, the staff of the commission will be more professional in their outlook, and we also expect that this would affect how they conduct themselves, how they engage with their stakeholders, and we are looking at an output where a situation whereby it would affect positively the outcome of the conduct and then the outcome of elections.
The Building Resources in Democracy, Governance and Elections Bridge Training on Electoral Governance for staff of the ECSL was funded by the EU and conducted by DAI and International Idea. Emmanuel Samoa, SLBC.
Now, SLPP's Honorable Rachel Mariatu Sise Pesima, representing Putloko District, has supported the Putloko Government Hospital with huge consignments of assorted medical equipment. Honorable Rachel Mariatu Sise Pesima was accompanied by the Mayor Putloko District Council and District Chairman of SLPP Edward Williams and other dignitaries of the district. Has a report read by Ibrahim Samoa.
The items include surgical gears, wipes, surgical gloves, face masks, blood connection needles, powder-free gloves, procure masks, cardinal health equipment, clean wipes, specialty containers, disposal masks, G-tubes, among others. Handing over the items, Honorable Rachel Mariatu Sise Pesima disclosed that a visibility study to the Putloko Government Hospital last year prompted her to order such huge medical supplies from the United States of America to Putloko Government Hospital. She added that as a descendant of Putloko districts, and therefore she wanted the best for the people of Putloko, especially when it comes to healthcare delivery. Honorable Pesima noted that a donation of such medical supplies to the Putloko Government Hospital was to complement one of President Biya's Big Five game changers, which is healthcare delivery. Honorable Rachel Pesima also used the opportunity to call on other politicians in the district to transit from being a politician to a philanthropist.
But today we are here in the Putloko District Hospital. We are donating all these medical supplies to benefit my people in Putloko District and to make sure they have the health care that they deserve.
The mayor of Putloko City, Ali Badra Tarawali, said the donated medical equipment by Honorable Pesima was timely. He said the donation will go a long way to improve on the well-being of the people of Putloko. Mayor Badra Tarawali added that he also felt good for the singular reason that political heads now have to give back to the communities. He said the central government could not do it alone, which was the more reason he lauded the huge donation of medical supplies by Honorable Pesima to the district hospital. Chairman Sierra Leone People's Party, Putloko District Edward Williams, described Honorable Pesima as not only a politician but a philanthropist, adding that the donation of the medical supplies was one of the many donations she had done for the districts. Receiving the medical supplies on behalf of the Putloko Government Hospital, the medical superintendent, Dr. Sheku Tijan, confessed that the medical supplies were the largest donation he had ever received, not only for Putloko Government Hospital, but for other hospitals he had worked. He said the donation done by Honorable Pesima was very timely, especially that the hospital had shortage of medical supplies such as gloves, PPEs, and other essential equipment. He said the hospital was very challenged in terms of IPC gears, which made the donation by Honorable Pesima very important.
During Ramadan, many Muslims use the period to strengthen relationships and make new ones. This was seen when officials of the Ministry of Islamic Affairs, Dawah and Guidance, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Sierra Leone's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation conducted an iftar under the leadership of the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salam bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Mohammed Lamin Touré witnessed the ceremony held at the masjid in Lumley, Freetown.
Iftar is the meal that Muslims eat to break their fast during the holy month of Ramadan. It is a time for family and community to come together and share food, reflecting on the spiritual significance of the fast. The importance of this meal brought Muslims together at the Mamori Masjid on Coca Drive, Lumley, Regent Road, to worship in solidarity during the month of Ramadan and to strengthen the bilateral relationship between the two countries, showcasing mutual support.
This program is considered one of the programs by the government of Saudi Arabia by the directions of the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, to support and alleviate the suffering for our brothers and sisters here in the Republic of Sierra Leone, to supporting them during the iftar of the holy month of Ramadan.
For the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Timothy Kaba, the event underscored the country's commitment to fostering good relationship with other nations. Sierra Leone has greatly benefited from its Islamic gesture.
Well, we're here today on the invite of the Embassy of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to worship in this holy masjid, congregation, to share iftar and to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This gesture by the representative of the custodian of the two holy mosques of the Saudi Arabia, it is what Islam represents. It is what the deen, what the religion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam represents.
As the attendees shared their meal and conversations, it became clear that the bond between Sierra Leone and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia were only growing stronger. Through such gathering, the spirit of community and cooperation continues to thrive, paving the way for a harmonious future. SLBC News, Mohammed Lamin Touré reporting.
AfriCell Sierra Leone has officially launched its annual Ramadan show, Now You Get, offering a total of 500,000 leones in cash prizes to subscribers across the country. The initiative, unveiled at AfriCell's headquarters in Freetown, aims to reward their customers while promoting the spirit of giving during Ramadan. Esther Susan Bassi reports. We apologize for that. We continue with the newscast. Still on Ramadan, a non-profit organization, Direct Aid Sierra Leone, under its iftar project, has provided rice and other items to thousands of people nationwide. The start of about 5,000 beneficiaries in Koso Town community and its surroundings. The gesture was to see that Muslims in particular have food on their table during the month of Ramadan. Joseph Touré tells us more.
The zeal to lift the 25-kilo bags of rice and other cooking condiments just on the second day of Ramadan had come with the assurance that they now had something to break their fast. The excitement to carry the food items could reveal what they meant to them during the religious period of fasting, especially for the old and those who could not fend for themselves because of health issues. In an emotional tone, one of the beneficiaries, Vande Kamara, registered appreciation to the manufacturer Direct Aid Sierra Leone for coming to her rescue.
I tell God thank you for that. Why I will take out the food for me for this month. So my food will not get picky for feeding. No, I see me so it's not easy. I don't have to find a one man I saw for me.
We are glad for now to do this year. Also, this is the push me far. Oh, could be picking them go there. So I could not get nothing.
The gesture by Direct Aid Sierra Leone to cushion the situation of some people was not only limited to Muslims.
The beneficial for Muslim and non-Muslim, because our mission is help and support all people without any discrimination. I have also 4 centers implementing the same program, like in Makini and the Kenema and the Lungi. We this year we benefit 3,500 families, but benefit more than 15,000 persons.
The organization has also been embarking on other areas of development in the country which have impacted the lives of many Sierra Leoneans.
Also working in some sectors like health and education and construction and drilling, borehole, and also social welfare.
Direct Aid was first established in Sierra Leone in 1985 with the vision to provide integrated development services on the African continent through social centers close to beneficiaries with support of partners without discrimination. SLBC, Joseph Toure reporting.
Away from that, the Ministry of Health has launched the first biomedical unit, modernize healthcare and improve efficiency in the sector. The unveiling took place at the Freetown City Hall. Jonathan Turner reports.
The biomedical unit is a vital element in achieving access to health service delivery, with technicians being trained and equipped to improve the standard of care. Health officials described the initiative as one of the most transformative developments in Sierra Leone's healthcare history, aligning with universal health coverage.
Understand the basic principles by which they work, you may be able to see how you adapt them to your country context. So I don't want our nice technicians to be guessing people. They have to be professional people who understand the principle of it. And if it means having advanced education to be able to understand these engineering principles that are there, let us work towards them.
A medical consultant, Dr. Dennis Williams, provided an overview of the current state of healthcare facilities in Sierra Leone. She highlighted that the country has 1,198 primary healthcare units, PHUs, and 30 hospitals, stating that the number of trained biomedical technicians remains insufficient.
What will be the types of devices that we're getting? There is just no way around this. We have to definitely prioritize academic qualifications of our technicians. What's missing again, among this data of personnel in the ministry, we don't have anyone with a college or university training in biomedical technology.
Healthcare partners and stakeholders praised the government's commitment to advancing the healthcare system, pledging continued collaboration to ensure the success and sustainability of the biomedical units. The initiative is expected to revolutionize healthcare services delivery in Sierra Leone as the country moves forward in its journey toward universal health coverage. The establishment of the biomedical units marks a significant leap, one that gives hope to millions who rely on public health care services. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
Well, it's now time for our international news.
Hello and welcome to the international news segment. I am Stella Bangura. U.S. tariffs against Canada and Mexico are set to come into effect on Tuesday, but their level will be decided by Donald Trump, the U.S. Commerce Secretary has said. The U.S. President has threatened to impose 25% tariffs, which are a tax on imports on his two neighbors, on the 4th of March, in response to what he says is an unacceptable flow of illegal drugs and migrants into the U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the tariffs will happen as planned, but the exact details will depend on negotiations. A 10% tariff on Chinese import is also expected to be implemented in response to U.S. accusations that Beijing is not doing enough to stop the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. This means that if brought into effect, Chinese exports to the U.S. will face a levy of at least 20%, following a 10% tariff that took effect a month ago. Chinese state media claims leaders in Beijing have prepared a series of countermeasures to happen on the same day, raising the prospect of an all-out trade war between the world's top two economies. One person has been killed and several others have been injured after a vehicle drove into a crowd of people in the city center of Mannheim, Western Germany. Mannheim police said a suspect has been arrested, though no further details about them have been released. A German federal agency has asked the public to avoid large areas and has set a warning level of extreme danger. No information has been given out about the number of people injured or the severity of their injuries, police said. However, the Mannheim University Hospital said it has prepared everything for a possible mass accident. A total of 8 trauma teams have been made available both for adults and children, the university hospital said in a statement given to German news agency DPA. Police and rescue services have cordoned off a large part of the city center as the investigations continues. No details about the suspect or their potential motivation has been shared by police at this stage. A mission from the West African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, has left Guinea-Bissau saying the president had threatened to expel it. The team was sent to the country last month to help it reach a political consensus on how to conduct elections this year. It said it had prepared a draft agreement on a roadmap for elections and had started presenting it to the stakeholders for their consent. But the team decided to leave early on Saturday morning after President Umaru Sissoco Embalo's threats. It says it will now present its report to the ECOWAS president, including a proposal for an agreement leading to inclusive and peaceful elections. Embalo has not responded to the bloc's accusation. Guinea-Bissau has experienced several military coups since independence in 1974, and there have been 2 attempts to overthrow Embalo, the latest in December 2023. The opposition last Thursday called for a nationwide strike on the day they said the president's term was expiring, with the government deploying security forces across the capital. And lastly, for the international news segment, the Islamic police in northern Nigerian state of Kano have arrested Muslims seen eating and drinking publicly, as well as those selling food at the start of Ramadan, when Muslims are supposed to fast from dawn until dusk. The deputy commander of the Hisbah, Mujahid Aminuddin, told the BBC that 20 people had been arrested for not fasting and 5 for selling food, and that the operations will continue throughout the month, which began on Saturday. Last year, those arrested for not fasting were freed after promising to fast, while the relatives or guardians of some of them were summoned and ordered to monitor them to make sure they fast. Those arrested this year were not so lucky, as they will have to face the courts. Just over 2 decades ago, Sharia or Islamic law was introduced to work alongside secular law in 12 of Nigeria's northern states that have a majority Muslim population. Sharia does not apply to the Christian minorities living in these states. And that's the end of the international news summary. I am Stella Bangura. Stay tuned.
From the international news, let's go over to our entertainment desk.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News with me, Abdul Mansari. In this edition of Entertainment News, Mary Yongai wins the Emerging Brand in Africa Award. Peter A.A. Komba receives nomination for African Golden Awards, Male TikToker of the Year. 2025 Oscar Awards ends with Anora winning 5 awards. Now, Mary Yongai, Guinness World Record holder, has emerged winner of the Emerging Brand in Africa Awards. It was just few weeks ago that she received nomination and now she has the award. In an interview with the celebrity, she explained her anxiety and delight for being the winner among hundreds of nominees from across Africa.
I would just want to say, for my age, being this young and achieving a milestone, because I've set history forever, talking about the Guinness World Record, and I'm having recognition from different African countries. I know it means a lot to me, and I got a lot of DMs, I got a lot of messages from fans out there, from well-wishers, saying that I inspired them. So I think I'm setting the space for the young generation, because I know I have a lot of people out there who look up to me, who watch up to me. So I'm a mentor to a lot of people.
The award winner also spoke about plans after her achievements.
Okay, my next plan is I want to do my unveiling of my award, and of course I'm bringing my Mary Academy for blind young people that I'm out there. I have to do a makeup skill job, because beside makeup I got other side things where they do also. I can create outfits. I have so many ideas where I have to put into work. One thing about me is I'm slow but I'm sure.
Congratulations, Mary Yongai. Keep it up. And now, one of Sierra Leone's most influential TikTokers and now movie star, Peter A.A. Komba, has been nominated for the Male TikToker of the Year at the Africa Golden Award 2025. This was due to his outstanding talent. This nomination serves as a significant milestone in Peter Komba's career. We pray he wins the award. Finally, the 97th Academy Awards ceremony, presented by the Academy of Motion Picture, Arts and Sciences, took place on March 2nd, 2025 at the Doubly Theater in Hollywood, Los Angeles. During the evening, the AMPAS presented to the Academy Awards the Oscars in 23 categories, honoring films released in 2024. Anora won a leading 5 awards, including Best Picture. Other winners included The Brutalist with 3 awards, Duni, Part 2, Emilia Perez, and Wicked with 2 awards each, and Conflict, Flu, I'm Not a Robot, I'm Still Here, In the Shadow of the Cypress, No Other Land, The Only Girl in the Orchestra, A Real Pain, and The Substance with 1 each. Congratulations to the winners, and that's all we have in this edition of Entertainment News with me, Abdul Mansari. Bye-bye.
Let's now find out the latest in sports.
Ibrahim, welcome to the SLBC.
Thank you very much.
And in recent times, the SLFA unveiled Mohamed Kalon as the head coach of the Sierra Leone national team, Leon Stars, replacing Amidou Kayi. Why Mohamed Kalon?
Okay, so Mohamed Kalon because the technical committee of the Sierra Leone Football Association, who are in fact charged with the responsibility to screen available coaches within the country, because we actually went strictly in line with local content policy. They assessed a number of coaches who are in possession of either CAF license A or UEFA license A. At the end of the day, Mohamed Kalon emerged as the most qualified coach and the most appropriate coach based on their own judgment. And some of this judgment, you know, has to do with the fact that he's holding a UEFA
April license.
And what does that mean for the benefit of those
Yes. Let me put that into context. Basically, he's holding a coaching qualification that is equivalent to Jose Mourinho, for example, former Chelsea coach. So that is to tell you that he's holding a very high-level coaching qualification. Plus also, Kalong has been into the game for a very long time. I mean, he served as a player for this country for over 2 decades, and one of those 2 decades he served as the captain for the team. And when it comes to international football, I mean club football, he played at the highest level, albeit UEFA Champions League. As a matter of fact, you know, he played for Inter Milan, he played for Monaco, you know, and other FCs across the world, basically. And after he completed his studies, after he attained the UEFA Pro license, he came back to the country. He continued coaching his club, and we all know that he's been doing an incredible job when it comes to that as well. That was probably what was missing, because having the qualification is one, but also the practical experience is highly needed. You know exactly what I'm talking about as a sport journalist who've been in the field for quite some time now. So now the technical committee thought that he's got everything that is needed basically to qualify him or to make him the head coach of Leon Stars.
Okay.
And that is how we arrived.
So let's talk about the task ahead of Mohamed Kalon, because Sierra Leoneans have been crying for Mohamed Kalon for far too long, and now Mohamed has been appointed. He has a task. He is appointed on to 2027 with, if he performs maybe that could be renewed. So let's talk about the task ahead of Mohamed.
Yes. So basically, talking about the task ahead of him, the most immediate task basically ahead of him is the World Cup qualification. I mean, the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification. And we're in the same group with Egypt, Burkina Faso, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau. As a matter of fact, we're playing against Guinea-Bissau and Egypt next month. That is the most immediate task ahead of him, basically. That is in the World Cup qualification. We're playing against Guinea-Bissau.
Is it not March?
Yes, next month.
March.
We're in March now.
Yes, we are in March already.
This month, basically. Oh my God. This month, we're playing against Guinea-Bissau on the 20th, and on the 25th, we're playing against Egypt. So when his contract says, like you rightly quoted, it's performance-based and it runs for 3 years, it's basically these major qualifications are what we're going to use to assess him. As a matter of fact, you know, these major qualifications have been the reasons as to why we've let go of our past 2 coaches. I mean, it's no longer any secret. So we've told him that one of the things that he must achieve, I'm using must deliberately, he must achieve, is to take us to the African Cup of Nations.
Head of Media and Marketing at the Sierra Leone Football Association. Many thanks to you, for being part of this program and for educating the public.
Many thanks to Francis Bandit for that sports update. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of the news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown. Now, to end the news, your top stories again. President Julius Maada Bio is in Nigeria, taking a major step in boosting food security and agriculture in Sierra Leone. His visit follows an invitation from the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture in Ibadan. It highlights his push for food security through the Feed Salon initiative. Sierra Leone Standard Bureau, accompanied by civil society organizations and journalists, has conducted a monitoring exercise at 4 fuel stations in Freetown. According to the Executive Director of Sierra Leone Standards Bureau, Dr. John Paul Kaisam, Dr. Kaisam, following the exercise, the results were positive. All 4 stations visited were found to have intact measuring seals. And as part of its corporate social philanthropy, Pavey Fort's construction company has embarked on significant maintenance on water streets located in west of Freetown. The state of the road has been a concern for many residents during the rainy and dry seasons. The news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting. Stay tuned to the public broadcaster, the SLBC. More stories will pop up in our 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. editions of News Hour. Coming up next is Good Morning Sierra Leone. I'm Cecilia Alice. Say goodbye.
Discover Sierra Leone, a hidden gem of West Africa, where the radiance of life danced in harmony with the beauty of nature.
Feel the heartbeat of our culture in every beat of the drum, in every step of the dance.
Experience the tranquility of our shores, where each sunrise brings new stories and endless possibilities.
Immerse yourself in the vibrant tapestry of our daily life, where every color tells a tale and every face a friend.
Come, be enchanted by the sights and sounds of Sierra Leone.
A place where your adventure awaits
And memories are made.
You ready for the Zoom meeting today with the investor then?
Yes, boss. I'm ready for the meeting today. And I don't download all the reports they sent to me on the internet.
Make sure so you get super connection, because I don't want one problem during the meeting.
Everything is okay. Everything is fine.
Counting on you, even though we're not in the same office. I will be with you every step of the way.
As mama, I always want waiting best for me picking them, especially when it comes out waiting them for eat and drink. Now this make I always they choose Sierra juice because when they make come from with local foods them and nutritious and it gets less sugar than the other drinks them. Not to me say so.
We last test show say Sierra juice gets 50% less sugar than the other drinks them na the market.
Because we mama they know what's best for we picking them, now you make we always they choose Sierra juice. Sierra juice, a nutritious, a healthy, and a sweet. Sierra juice, not the taste of Salome.
We are the national broadcaster, and I am Sulaiman Baba Toure, a reporter and presenter at the SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
From the commercial department, I am Regina Bangura. You are watching SLBC, your voice, my voice.
I am Jonathan Turner, a reporter for Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. As a reporter, I do stories on education, health, politics, and more. Stay glued with SLBC to watch my stories. Your voice, my voice.
Lucian Ganda, producer Wayus, and producer and presenter Christian Renditions on TV. This is the SLBC.
I am William Wise, presenter Wayus and also reporter at the SLBC. And this is the SLBC.
I am Salma Tabak, television executive producer. I produce programs on both radio and television. I'm a news anchor, a presenter, an announcer on radio. I enjoy what I do because I serve a public service broadcaster. It's a pleasure to work with the SLBC.
I am Tilly Koma, Head of News and Current Affairs Unit, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Our news hour now covers several segments. We have entertainment, business, weather, sports, ferry schedule, and human interest stories, not forgetting politics. We are doing all that to keep you people posted on what's happening all over the country. Thanks for being with us at SLBC. Keep blue. We are the best.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change, we've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place. All of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's...
Today is Tuesday, the 4th of March 2025. Good morning and welcome to our breakfast show, Good Morning Sierra Leone, the show that starts your day with news, analysis and views on current issues. We are your presenters. I am Emmanuel Samoa.
And I am Esther Sako. Our quote of the day comes from Leslie Tain, a budget analyst from the UK, and it says, your budget is a passport to healthy financial life. You must learn to control your money or it will control you.
We'll get to find out from Ban. That is true. Well, coming up in the program, Budget Advocacy Network, Ban trains journalists and civil society organizations on tracking public debt.
National Fire Force to provide exclusive updates on recent fire disasters in the country.
And Political Parties Registration Commission (PPRC) cautioned political parties on level playing field during lower level elections. These stories plus more, you can join us as we go through the 1-hour program. But you can send in your text message to the number displayed on your screen or join us on Facebook at SLBC Live and other social media handles. The program you are watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation.
Good morning, Sierra Leone. You can be part of the conversation by sending your comments on the number on your screen or sending your comments on our Facebook page at SLBC Live. It's now time for us to start with one of our headline stories. The China Media Group, through the Chinese Embassy in Sierra Leone, has donated a consignment of modern broadcast equipment to the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC, to enhance its capacity as the national broadcaster. The official handing over ceremony took place at the SLBC's headquarters at New Englandville in Freetown. Let's join our reporter Jonathan Turner for more.
How are you? Thank you for coming. We finally made it.
The donation, which includes a digital audio mixer, portable audio recorder, HD camcorders, LCD TVs, microphones and other high-tech broadcasting equipment, is expected to improve Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation's ability to deliver high-quality programming significantly. This move aligns with the long-standing cooperation between Sierra Leone and China, particularly in the media sector. Board Chair SLBC Dr. Willett James described the donation as a blessing that would strengthen the institution's capacity. She expressed gratitude to the Chinese government for its continuous support, highlighting that the collaboration between SLBC and the Chinese embassy has yielded tangible benefits, including training programs and capacity building initiatives for SLBC staff in China.
And when we see institutions coming together, or organizations, or individuals coming to make donations to us, it's a blessing to us. And
Chinese ambassador to Sierra Leone reiterated China's dedication to deepening bilateral ties and fostering media development in Sierra Leone. He emphasized that the partnership between China Media Group and SLBC will continue to ensure the broadcaster remains a vital platform for national development and public service broadcasting.
Media and information sector, we have the MOU signed last year, provides good framework for our push for our cooperation in the
Minister of Information and Civic Education, Kenema, noted that the donation marks a new phase in strengthening SLBC's human capacity and improving the quality of its outputs. He stressed the need for modern equipment is critical for the broadcaster to maintain high production standards and expand its reach to the public.
The process of significantly uplifting the quality of our productions, the quality of our broadcasting, and giving us the pride that we want in our nation.
SLBC Director General Josephine Kamara welcomed the support, noting that it is an investment in the corporation's future. She highlighted that the impact extends beyond the studios and newsroom, contributing to national development by ensuring the public receives accurate and timely information.
We have infrastructure that needs to be developed. We have studios that need to be facelifted, that need extreme facelift, and we look forward to continued partnership and collaboration.
With this latest support from China, SLBC is expected to take a significant step toward modernization, ultimately enhancing its role as Sierra Leone's leading public broadcaster. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
Thank you very much, Jonathan Turner, for that report, and also thank you to the People's Republic of China for supporting the SLBC with modern broadcast equipment. Well, we go to another headline story of ours today. In a bid to uphold transparency and accountability amongst ministries, departments and agencies, Budget Advocacy Network BAN has held a 3-day training on public debt management and transparency for media and civil society groups in the country. The training was done in collaboration with the Public Debt Management Unit, Ministry of Finance, with financial aid from African Development Bank under the project titled Enhancing Efficiency in Debt Management Institutional Support. But how significant is the training for journalists and CSO? In the studio, we have with us Abubakar Tawali, the policy analyst for Budget Advocacy Network. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Sierra Leone. Over the years, you've conducted a series of training, and this is the latest of trainings that you've conducted. I asked the question again, how significant is this training to CSOs and that of journalists?
It is significant such that it builds the capacity of journalists on the subject matter specific. You know, when you talk about public debt management, you have critical aspect that is not common with the journalists and CSOs. And so if you must hold duty bearers accountable, certain concept needs to be clear, and you need to hold some background around, you know, the subject matter. So basically, we decided to do this training because we've been building the capacity of journalists and civil society actors over the time around public financial management. And so because we want greater accountability around public debt management, this was why the training was relevant. So, for instance, if you look at the data sets, often when they say our country is in debt distress, or we are now risking to become a debt distressed country, you wonder what that means. We're simply referring to the stock of debt, meaning the status of our debt in the present value, and how that relates to, for example, our revenue, our ability to finance our debt. Each time the budget is prepared, you see it is in deficit. And so the gap that exists between the revenue that is raised and the expenditure is what requires the financing. So you see that the Appropriation Act, there is more that is expected to be spent from the national budget than how much the NRA could raise. And so it's just like on a normal day, when you want to go to the market, or you get a project, let's say you're building a house. You have some resources, and then maybe the builder asks you for more. So I'm taking this to build a house. So what you have plus what you don't have constitutes the total expenditure. And so you either find a way to finance the difference, and the way how the government go about to contract the debts, the type of instrument they use, and what that means for the development of the country or for the fiscal space of the country is what made it necessary for us to have the journalists and the civil society in the space. The civil society, because they are the forefront to hold the duty bearers accountable, and the journalists because you are going to be hosting people like us in your programs for interview. And so if you don't have that background, that mindset for you to be able to probe deeper into some of these discussions, you probably will be left to be listening much more than being in charge of your program.
Okay. So Bakar, it's best to ask the question, who are the set of journalists that you handpicked to be part of this certain training? Because not all journalists are interested in covering financial related topics. So how did you come about bringing together these journalists that are part of this training?
So it's a wide range of selection that we did, because myself, I'm a journalist. So when I quit journalism, I became a policy analyst at the Budget Advocacy Network. So I realized that there is much more journalists can do in terms of economic reporting or financial reporting than they currently. The journalist training does not cover for you to do economy, statistics, and all these other subject areas. So we have actually, tried to establish a group of reporters that are interested in this kind of reporting. So we call them Public Financial Management Journalists, PFMJ. So over the time, their number keep increasing based on who express interest from which media institution. I think from the Slbc here, you have Samura here, you have Joseph Toure, who are our members, and before now Fatima. We've been